In the left ventricle of your heart, beating in the purest blood of your circulatory system, there exists a single atom of such profound intelligence, such ancient memory, such concentrated purpose, that it is, in the most literal sense possible, the real you. Welcome to the Reality Revolution. I'm your host, Brian Scott. We have a very fascinating topic today. We're talking about the Nous atom. This is also with a meditation and activation. The Nous atom, the eternal you that never dies. There's something inside you right now that has been with you in every single lifetime you've ever lived. Not your soul in the abstract sense, not some vague spiritual essence floating around in the ether. Something specific, something localized, something with an actual address in your body. In the left ventricle of your heart, beating in the purest blood of your circulatory system, there exists a single atom of such profound intelligence, such ancient memory, such concentrated purpose, that it is, in the most literal sense possible, the real you. Not the you that was born with this name, not the you that has these memories, this personality, these preferences and fears and habits, but the you that existed before this body, the you that will exist after this body, the you that has been building body after body, lifetime after lifetime, working towards something. This is the Nous atom. And the fact that you've probably never heard of it tells you something about how carefully this knowledge has been guarded. Today, we're going to go deep. Deeper than chakras, deeper than energy bodies, deeper than the typical spiritual teachings that have been recycled so many times they've lost their charge. We're going to go to the very core of what you are, the atomic level of your eternal identity. One of the really fascinating things that you'll find in the Law of One is Ra claims that if there is a nuclear bomb, they can destroy the essential part of you. And so they would come and protect us when those bombs were used, because it would be the ultimate death of the soul. And I've sometimes thought about this particular teaching, if this is related at all. I can't tell you the answer, but it's something I'm interested in. Let's start with the information and where it comes from, because the source matters. In 1931, a mysterious book appeared called The Dayspring of Youth. The author identified himself only as M. No last name, no biography, no credentials listed, just M. I have another episode on the Nous atom where I read directly from that book. Paul Brunton, one of the most respected spiritual seekers of the 20th century, the man who introduced Ramana Maharshi to the Western world, knew M personally. In Brunton's estimation, M was one of the most spiritually advanced beings he had ever encountered, an adept in the truest sense, a man who moved through London society quietly doing commissioned artwork for clients, appearing entirely ordinary, while carrying knowledge that most seekers spend lifetimes trying to access. M's book was written as a record of what he experienced in deep states of yoga practice, not theory, not philosophy, direct perception of the inner worlds and the atomic intelligences that operate within the human system. When Samael Aun Weor began teaching in the 50s, the founder of the modern Gnostic movement, a man who claimed direct experience of the Christ principle, he drew heavily on M's work and expanded it. He connected the Nous atom to the structure of the spiritual sun, to the 7 cosmic hierarchies, to the dwelling place of Brahma within the human form. The Rosicrucians, through Max Hendel's teachings in the Rosicrucian cosmoconception, describe what they call the seed atom in the heart, the place where the entire record of each lifetime is etched, breath by breath, from the first inhalation to last exhalation. The Theosophists speak of permanent atoms that persist through incarnations, carrying the accumulated experience of the soul. The Ascension teachings describe the permanent seed atom in the higher heart complex, the point through which spirit enters at conception to guide the formation of the physical body. All of these traditions are pointing to the same thing. There is an atom in your heart that is you, not symbolically, literally. And it has been you for a very, very long time. No wonder heart coherence works so powerfully. Let me give you the specific details, because vagueness is the enemy of real understanding. The Nous atom rests in the left ventricle of the heart, not the heart chakra, the physical heart. The left ventricle specifically, which is the chamber that pumps oxygenated blood out to the entire body. It sits in what the teachings call the purest blood, the most vitalized, most oxygen-rich blood in your system. This atom is described as a spinning body. It rotates within its own atmosphere, generating its own field, operating according to its own intelligence. It has been called the master builder because it has charge over all the constructive principles of your physical body. Every cell that replaces itself, every tissue that regenerates, every wound that heals, every organ that maintains its function, there is an intelligence coordinating all of that. The body doesn't just randomly maintain itself, there's a blueprint, and something is reading that blueprint and directing the construction crews. That something is the Nous atom. M describes it this way: like a general in command, it has armies of atomic builders and engineers that carry out its directions. These are what he calls the aspiring atoms, intelligences that seek connection to your higher nature. Just as you do, the Nous atom has the staff of overseers who often sacrifice their own attainments for those beneath them in development. There's an entire hierarchy of intelligence operating inside your body, and most of it is invisible to ordinary consciousness. The Nous atom sits at the top of that hierarchy for the physical system. But here's what makes this different from anything else you've learned about spiritual anatomy. This atom is the same atom you had in your last body, and the body before that, and the body before that. In every life you have ever had, the same Nous atom. It doesn't die when you die. It doesn't dissolve when the body disintegrates. It persists, it carries forward. It is the thread of continuity that connects all your incarnations into a single journey. When the Nous atom leaves the body disintegrates. That's what death actually is, not the failure of organs or the cessation of brain activity, but the withdrawal of the Nous atom from its position in the heart. Everything else follows from that. And here's something that could stop you in your tracks. This atom is the first vital center that functions in the fetus, and it is the last atom that stops living in the organism. Before your brain formed, before your organs differentiated, before you had eyes or ears or hands or feet, the Nous atom was already there, already functioning, already directing the construction of what would become your body. It was there before you because it is you. Now let's go deeper into what this atom actually means. Samuel Aoun-Wior taught that the heart of the sun is constructed like the heart of the human organism. This is esoteric anatomy at the cosmic level, as above, so below, taken literally. Just as 7 great hierarchies exist in the sun who direct the 7 cosmic rays, 7 brains exist in your heart that belong to the 7 great cosmic hierarchies. The sun has an atomic central nucleus, its own Nous atom, so to speak, and the atom in your heart is a fractal reflection of that solar intelligence. This is why the ancient traditions say that the Nous atom is the dwelling place of Brahma within us. Brahma, the creator principle, the divine intelligence that brings worlds into manifestation. That intelligence has a localized address in your body. It lives in your heart. It has been living there since before you can remember. The Nous atom contains the mind, life, energy, and willpower of the human being. It has an opal-like luminous aura that irradiates and shines. If you could see it with clairvoyance, vision, you could see something like a tiny sun in your heart, a spinning point of light with an opalescent glow, that shimmering quality of opals where multiple colors seem to live inside a single surface. That's the visual signature of the Nous atom. But it's not just a pretty light, it's a container, a repository, a living library. M describes it as the minute image of perfected man. Within the left ventricle of the heart, it holds the template of what you are becoming across all your incarnations, the pattern of your completion, the blueprint of your fully realized self. Your body as it currently exists is an approximation of that template, an incomplete expression. The physical organism is described as the minute model the physical body must eventually conform to in its progress. You are growing towards something. The Nous atom already knows what that something is. It holds the image of your perfection, and lifetime after lifetime, it works to bring your outer form into alignment with that inner template. Here's where this gets personal. Before you incarnated into this body, you had a plan. You knew you were coming here for a reason. You knew what experiences you needed. You knew what karma you were going to balance, what gifts you were going to develop, what contributions you were going to make. Then you descended into dense matter and you forgot. This is the veil, the amnesia that comes with incarnation, the forgetting that makes human life feel so disorienting, so random, so devoid of obvious purpose. But the forgetting happened to your personality. It happened to your conscious mind. It didn't happen to the Nous atom. M writes, as the student develops, he contacts those periods when man was enveloped in an atmosphere full of divine wisdom, and he again recalls the plan he had determined to accomplish in this world ere incarnating, a plan forgotten as he descended into the dense matter of this world. The plan is still there. It's encoded in the Nous atom. The reason you don't have access to it is that you haven't established communication with this intelligence in your heart. In those ancient days, M says, we knew we were composed of atoms, possessing different qualities, and we were still encircled by a powerful protective shield into whose consciousness we must again enter. There was a time when this knowledge was common, when humans understood the atomic intelligences within themselves and worked with them consciously. That time passed, the knowledge was lost to most of humanity, but the Nous atom kept waiting, kept holding the plan, kept hoping you would remember to ask. The Nous atom will never demand anything that is evil from you. On the contrary, it will suggest only those things that will be helpful for your inner development. Its work is to liberate you from your bondage in this illusion world. You have an ally. You've always had an ally. It's been living in your heart, whispering guidance, holding your purpose, working to help you wake up, and you probably didn't know it was there. The Nous atom desires to establish laws that will cause the nations of the world to be as one. M writes, the intelligence in your heart isn't just working on your individual evolution. It's connected to a larger plan, a species-wide awakening, a planetary transformation. When you align with your Nous atom, you align with something much bigger than your personal story. So how does the Nous atom communicate with you? How do you receive guidance when your conscious mind is so busy with the noise of ordinary life? The Rosicrucian teachings describe a recording system that operates through the breath. Every moment of your life, vibrations of your experience are transmitted to the blood and etched upon the atom in the heart. Think of it like a phonograph, a film reel. Every sight you see, every sound you hear, every thought you think, every emotion you feel, all of it is being recorded on the Nous atom from your first breath to your last. This is why the breath is so central to all spiritual practices. It's not just about oxygen. The breath is the medium of transmission between your experience and your eternal record. Genesis says, "And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul." The Hebrew word nephesh is translated as both breath and soul in that passage. Soul is a product of the breath. The breath record is what creates the soul continuity across lifetimes. Here's what Emma emphasizes: communication works both ways. We not only breathe with our lungs, but every brain cell is furnished with what we may analyze as lung passages that collect atoms to impress us with their intelligence. You're not just recording onto the Nous atom, you can receive from it. The aspiring atoms, the workers and overseers of the Master Builder are trying to reach you with information, with guidance, with the memory of your plan. The problem is interference. Aspiring atoms are often immersed in substances that destroy their communications with the Nous atom. M writes, "Our minds are collectors of decayed atmospheres of the past, filled with the foulness that generates the taste for war and other great vices. The static of modern life, the noise of media, the density of negative thought forms, the accumulated debris of centuries of human conflict and confusion. All of it creates interference in the communication system between you and your heart intelligence. Our education teaches us to think outwardly. This prevents our minds from thinking inwardly. What we believe to be our own thoughts do not arise from our innermost and are therefore not of our own individual truth. Most of what you think isn't actually yours, it's conditioning, programming, the collected thought atmosphere of the world around you, which you've absorbed without realizing it. The voice of the Nous atom is subtle. It speaks in intuition, in sudden knowing, in the quiet sense of rightness that sometimes arises when you're making a decision aligned with your purpose. I believe it's the central engine to the Merkaba. And in fact, if you read Drunvalo Melchizedek's teachings on the Merkaba, the book that he writes after that is all about the heart. There's an old Hermetic saying, "Be alert for your master's voice as he is alert for yours." The Nous atom is listening for you. The question is, are you listening for it? Every system has polarity. M writes, "There are two forces within man, good and evil. The Nous atom is sometimes called by the occultists the white or good principle of the heart. We now speak of the opposite, the dark atom or secret enemy. In the lower section of the spine, at the base, where Kundalini is said to sleep, there exists another atomic intelligence. It has its own armies, its own workers, its own agenda. And the agenda is to keep you asleep. This secret enemy has so much power in the atmosphere of this world that it can limit your thoughts and imprison your mind. When you strive to hold the mind to one thing, it will immediately attempt to disintegrate it. M's teacher told him, if you could hold a pristine thought, but for 3 seconds, you could become a master of the world. 3 seconds. That's how fragmented our attention has become. The secret enemy and its atomic workers are constantly disrupting concentration, introducing doubt, generating distraction, pulling you back into the density of unconscious living. The secret enemy has never been allowed to enter the higher spheres of our being. M explains, in the beginning, when the world was in a fiery state, they refused the call of the Absolute and rebelled against their Lord. Afterwards, they followed the streams of the white atoms and incarnated. This is the esoteric teaching about the fall. There are intelligences that refused the call to serve the divine plan. They became the resistance, the opposition, the force that tests every seeker, and they were talking about atoms. But here's the twist. When the student can balance his two types of atoms, the white and the black, their powers come under his control, and he can then enter his higher schools. The secret enemy isn't meant to be destroyed, it's meant to be balanced, integrated. Its energy is raw power, but power without wisdom is destructive. When you develop enough consciousness to hold both polarities, you have access to the full spectrum of your capacity. The Nous atom in the heart and the secret enemy at the base of the spine are like the two poles of a battery. The current of your life flows between them. Mastery isn't about eliminating one pole, it's about becoming the conscious director of that current. This is where the teaching becomes practical and urgent. The penetration of your own thoughts can inflict great sufferings upon the atomic waters within you if those thoughts are intense with hatred, malice, or envy. For these qualities are far more destructive than we realize. The beings working inside your body, the aspiring atoms serving the Nous atom, experience your thoughts as weather. Your mental, emotional states are their environment. When you think hateful thoughts, they suffer. When you generate malice, they struggle. When you vibrate with envy or resentment, you're creating conditions that make it harder for them to do their work. Only when immersed within our own interior planes do we realize the pain and misery we cause the workers of the Nous atom. For we re-experience their sufferings, and we determine that in the future we will keep a healthy and normal mind in a clean and healthy body. It's not about guilt. It's about understanding consequences. You're not just an individual consciousness, you're an ecosystem. Countless intelligences depend on you to provide conditions in which they can function. The Nous atom and its workers respect honesty. M tells us dishonesty in our dealings inflicts disorder in their atmosphere, and they avoid us if possible. Thus, only pure aspiration can contact us to their consciousness. If you want to hear the voice of your heart, you have to become the kind of person the heart can speak to. That means integrity. That means alignment between what you say and what you do. That means cleaning up the mental and emotional pollution that interferes with transmission. Increased blood pressure accounts for abnormal appetites and desires and stimulates the lower nature to greater activity. Opposing our entry to the inner worlds, this pressure destroys the nerves that cause the cells of the brain to open and shut. Even your physical health affects the communication. Chronic stress, stimulant abuse, substances that agitate the nervous system, all of these make it harder to receive the subtle signals from your eternal self. The body is the instrument through which the Nous atom operates. If the instrument is damaged or out of tune, the music suffers. Let's talk about what happens between lives. The Rosicrucian teachings say that the breath record stored on the heart atom is disposed of in the post-mortem existence. But disposed of doesn't mean deleted. It means processed, reviewed, and integrated. M describes entering interior states where he could re-experience his past lives, the good and the evil, the suffering he had caused and the suffering he had endured, all of it stored in the atomic memory, all of it available for review once the noise of physical incarnation quiets. We ourselves choose and analyze the body into which we are to incarnate. M writes, before rebirth, we collect all the materials that disintegrated at the death of our last incarnation. Man attracts his old body and its atomic structures and inherits his previous diseases and character, besides the physical conditions of his ancestors. This is karmic inheritance at the atomic level. The Nous atom calls to it the materials needed for the new body, drawing on the atomic substance of previous forms. You literally bring yourself back body after body, refining and adjusting based on what you need to learn. Sometimes through misadventure, the innermost is unable to attract all those elements necessary to complete its physical body, and this produces malformation and pains in the bones that cannot be traced. Some physical conditions have no obvious cause in this lifetime because their cause exists in the atomic memory of previous lives. The body you're wearing now is the product of a very long history. There are also people who do not incarnate for a long period and store up a great amount of energy, adding to and storing up a great reservoir of power that they will draw upon when incarnating. This is determinative energy. Napoleon is an example of such a type. Some souls take breaks between lives to accumulate force. When they finally incarnate, they come in with extraordinary power to accomplish extraordinary things. The Nous atom manages this process, deciding when to incarnate, how long to wait, what energies to accumulate. As the student slowly works into his higher schools, he will meet and be taught by elder Adams, and he will frequently ask for a certain type of instruction. But if he has not reached their canons of perfection, this will not be revealed. There are teachings waiting inside you, elder Adams, that carry ancient wisdom, but access is graded. You have to earn admission through your development, through your choices, through your willingness to align with the plan. The more recent ascension literature expands on these concepts in ways that bridge the old teachings and contemporary understanding. The spirit body comes in at the moment of conception through the permanent seed atom in the higher heart complex to guide the formation of the human being's blueprint and prepare for incarnation. This places the action in the higher heart, the thymus area, associated with the 8th chakra in some systems. The seed atom serves as the entry point for spirit, the portal through which your higher nature interfaces with the developing fetus. The core essence of the spirit within the human being exists in the heart seed and is moving throughout time and space eternally. This is the real you, not moving through lifetimes sequentially, but existing eternally, expressing itself through various time-space coordinates that you experience as incarnations. The monad, your higher spirit body, starts connecting to the physical form through this seed atom. When that connection activates, everything changes. The heart chakra transforms. The frequency turns from the astral pink to a blue aqua quality. The pattern shifts. When the heart is healed, there's a fire that is ignited inside the heart, and the fire in the heart is also in the kidneys. There is a triangle that connects the heart into the kidneys. The awakening of the permanent seed atom ignites a triangular fire pattern between the heart and the kidneys, twin flames within the heart. The greater flame of the monad and the lesser flame of the physical body unite and begin blood purification at a deep level. This is the Christ seed activation, the ignition of the eternal pattern within human form, the beginning of genuine spiritual transformation as opposed to mere self-improvement. So what do you do with all this? How do you move from information to transformation? Our first practice is to attract the notice of the master builder or Nous atom by use of the aspiring atoms that attune us to their intelligence. You attract notice through aspiration, through sincere desire for connection with your higher nature, through turning your attention inward instead of perpetually outward. M describes a simple practice. Take a deep breath, stand upon the soles of your feet, pat the top of your liver, the right side of the abdomen, and send love and encouragement. While doing so, the nerve center at this spot is vitalized by thought and love, for there lies the seed of the imagination, and a healthy imagination makes a healthy body. The liver point in M's teachings is the Robin Goodfellow of the yogi, a playful helper spirit that responds to attention and appreciation. By acknowledging it, you strengthen the communication system between the organs and the directing intelligence of the heart. In the heart, there's a small valve that opens and shuts off interruptions from the lower seats of consciousness. Through practice, you learn to close that valve to prevent the lower centers from flooding the heart space with their noise. When we receive illumination during our practice, we help our atoms by giving them the same aspiration and aid that we receive. This is reciprocity. When you receive insight, share it with your internal workers. When you experience elevation, extend it to the atomic intelligences serving you. You're not just receiving from them, you are in relationship with them. The more you give, the more you can receive. Through aspiration, when breathing, we attract the atoms of this new energy into us and slowly conform to their wavelength. These atoms bring us a sensation of joy similar to morning in spring. Aspirational breathing, with every inhale, you are calling to yourself atoms of a higher quality. With every exhale, you are releasing atoms of a lower quality. Over time, you change your atomic composition. The deeper the student goes, the more he assumes an energy and directness unparalleled in his normal state. He will undergo a complete change and realize, as never before, the possibilities of his future welfare and how indolent he has hitherto been. This is what's waiting for you. Not a slight improvement in mood or subtle shift, a complete change, an assumption of energy. When we correctly relate to the atoms of the universe, we command its powers. That's the promise. That's where this path leads, not powerlessness before the forces of existence, but proper relationship with those forces, and through relationship, access to their power. Now we're going to move from teaching into direct experience. This is an attunement. We're going to tune your awareness to the Nous atom that is already present in your heart, already functioning, already waiting for your attention. You don't need to create anything. You need to notice what's already there. Find a comfortable position. Take a deep breath. You can close your eyes if you want to. What matters most is your attention comes inward. Take a breath. Let yourself know that you're beginning something. I want you to consider that right now in this moment, your heart is beating. You didn't tell it to beat. You don't have to remember to keep it going. Something else is managing that, something that has been managing it since before you were born. Feel the fact of your heartbeat, not by taking your pulse, just tuning into it. Somewhere in the center of your chest, there's a rhythm happening, a pulse, a reliable, steady intelligence that has never failed you. That's the outer layer, the mechanical function. But beneath the mechanics, there's a director, a master builder, an intelligence coordinating the entire operation. Bring your attention now to the left side of your chest. Not the center. The left ventricle, the pumping chamber that sends oxygenated blood to your entire body. In that chamber, in the purest blood of your system, there's a spinning point of light. You don't have to see it yet or feel it. Just know that it's there. This atom has been with you in every lifetime you've ever lived. Let that land for a moment. Every body you've worn, every name you've had, every culture, every language, every historical period you've passed through, this atom was there. It watched you learn and forget. It watched you succeed and fail. It watched you love and grieve and struggle and transcend. It has never abandoned you. It has never judged you. It has held your plan, your blueprint, your highest possibility, even when you forgot it completely. Right now, in this moment, acknowledge it. You don't need to say anything out loud or perform anything. Just turn your attention toward that left ventricle of your heart and let the Nous atom know, I see you now. I know you're there. I'm ready to remember. The Nous atom responds to aspiration, not begging or demanding or grasping, aspiration. The genuine desire to rise, the sincere intent to align with your highest purpose. With your attention resting in the region of your left ventricle, begin to breathe with intention. Each inhale, you're drawing in atoms of a higher nature, aspiring atoms, intelligences that want to help you connect with your master builder. And each exhale, you're releasing density, static, interference, the accumulated noise of a world that trains you to forget. Breathe slowly. No rush. This isn't about generating intensity. Inhale, drawing in light, drawing in aspiration, drawing in the aspiring atoms that seek the innermost just as you do. And then exhale, releasing confusion, releasing distraction, everything that has blocked the communication between you and your eternal self. Just continue this for several breaths. Let each cycle deepen your presence in the heart space. Now let the breath become natural and shift into listening. The Nous atom communicates. It always has been communicating. The question is whether you're tuned to receive. Its voice doesn't sound like words. It comes as a feeling of rightness, a subtle knowing, a direction that seems to emerge from nowhere but carries authority. In this quiet state, with your attention in the heart, simply ask, "What do you want me to know?" And then wait. You might receive something immediately, a word, an image, a sensation, or you might receive nothing that your conscious mind can register. Both responses are fine. The Nous atom has been waiting for this question for a very long time, even if you don't get an immediate answer. You've opened a channel. You have signaled your readiness. That signal will be received. Continue to rest in the heart space. Just listen to whatever arises. Now I want you to invite something deeper. The Nous holds the memory of your plan, the purpose you came here to fulfill, the design you agreed to before you descended into dense matter. You forgot that plan when you incarnated, but the forgetting happened to your personality, not to the atom. The plan is still there encoded, waiting for you to remember. In this quiet state, ask, "What did I come here to do?" The answer might come not as a specific instruction, it might come as a feeling or a resonance. Whatever you receive, accept it. Don't analyze it. Don't doubt it. You're contacting intelligence that has been guiding you all along, finally turning around to face what's been behind you. What did I come here to do? The atomic workers in your body, the aspiring atoms, the overseers, the engineers and builders, they experience your thoughts and emotions as their environment. When you think grateful thoughts, you create better conditions for them to work. When you send appreciation, you strengthen the communication system. Right now, with your attention still in the heart space, send gratitude. Thank you. Thank you for maintaining this body. Thank you for holding my plan. Thank you for never giving up on me, for being the thread of continuity across all my lifetimes. Let the gratitude be genuine. These intelligences have been serving you without recognition for longer than you can imagine. Feel what happens in your heart space when you send that appreciation. Notice if there's any response, any warmth, any expansion, any connection. Now make a commitment. This commitment is between you and your Nous atom. I will listen for you. I will create conditions where your voice can reach me. I will aspire toward my highest nature. Be personal with it. Say exactly what you want. Let that commitment settle into your heart space. Let the Nous atom receive it. Let it become part of the record of being etched on the eternal atom within every breath. Now in this moment, I ask the Nous atom to not disregard or eliminate all the breaths and memories of this life, to maintain these memories moving from life to life, to hold on to them, to keep them in a space that is accessible, to help me to heal, to help me to aspire to something greater. Slowly now begin to expand your awareness back out, not leaving the heart. You never have to leave the heart, but including more. The Nous atom remains where it's always been, but now you know it's there. In the days to come, you might notice things, intuitions that seem clear, a sense of direction. Take a deep breath, let it all out slowly. When you're ready, return fully to ordinary awareness, but carrying with you the knowledge of who you really are. The eternal you that never dies, the master builder in your heart, the keeper of your plan. What we explore today isn't available in most spiritual teachings. It's not on the bestseller lists. It's not trending on social media. You now have an address for your eternal self, not somewhere in the abstract heavens, not in some dimension you can't reach, in your own heart, in the left ventricle, in the purest blood of your body. The atom has been with you throughout everything. It will be with you through everything that's coming. It knows what you're here to do. It's been waiting for you to ask. Now you know to ask. The practice from here is simple. Return to the heart daily. Even for a few minutes, breathe with aspiration. Listen for the master builder. Honor the atomic intelligences working within you by keeping a healthy mind and a clean body. Over time, the channel clears. The communication strengthens. The memory of your purpose becomes available. The Nous atom is waiting. It's been waiting for lifetimes, and now you know where to find it. I want to take this time before we end to remind you to join the Reality Revolution community. This is an amazing community where I do personalized meditations and teachings for a group with exclusive content, an amazing group of people. We are going deeper on this material. And if you want a connection and a place to go deeper, then join us at school.com, skool.com/reality revolution. At the time that I'm recording this, we have a 7-day free trial that will be available for just a little longer. Check out my art. You can find it at www.newearth.art. You can find all episodes of The Reality Revolution at www.therealityrevolution.com. I have meditations available to purchase there. I'm sending all my light and love to everyone listening, seeing you connecting to that inner part of you. And welcome to the Reality Revolution. Welcome to the Reality Revolution. I'm Brian Scott, and I have a huge announcement. I'm so excited to finally let you know that on February 27th at the Newark Airport Hilton, we're holding a 3-day immersive meditative experience designed to create the most profound transformation possible. We created this event specifically because so many of you couldn't make it to the LA event. We got to work, and after looking everywhere, we found the Newark Airport Hilton to be the most central and reasonably priced location. You don't just learn about timeline shifting, you actually do it. You don't just understand the concepts philosophically, you embody them. On Friday, we start with activating your pineal gland, your gateway to higher consciousness. Then you meet your higher self and learn to quantum jump into your greatest timeline. And by the end of the day, you will do my most powerful meditation where you actually become your future self from that greatest timeline. We get together for a group karaoke and sing along and a community celebration because joy and connection are just as essential to your transformation as the deep work. This is your invitation to step in to the life that's calling you forward. Let's do this together. I can't wait to meet you. Once again, it's www.brianscottlive.com/February-2026.